are back. Guys, so this is, we're going to talk about racing today. Yeah. But now we have a bunch of guys jumping on. I can see you guys jumping on. This is a show about honesty. And, you know, we need to be real with you guys when things are going interestingly. And Nate in particular has had a very rough morning.
Oh, man. It's been a week, guys.
And so, you know, it's always a pleasure to jump on here with you guys. It's been a little bit stressful in the last 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes, all morning actually for you. Yeah. And so his car got broken into around about 7 o'clock this morning, so that sucks. Although, silver lining is that they found some of the stuff.
They did, yeah. So
all you gotta do
outside of our gym, you know, fun fact to San Francisco, this is the third time our car's been broken into over probably 4 years.
Which is rough. And all things together 3 times is sucky, but like nothing's been catastrophic.
Nothing's been catastrophic.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they didn't get my
laptop
computer, my laptop or anything else. They got my wife's bags.
Yeah.
Which she was actually able to find, and she even tracked down her wallet at a Walgreens because they purchased $500 worth of gift cards.
Yep.
And then they tried to go to another place and it didn't work. You know, so super fun just to have smashed glass. At least it's not raining outside. Literally, it could be doing that.
Could be worse.
So long story long, I may need to run out in the middle of the live show to meet our glass repair guy. So, yeah.
And then we found out that a lot of people have been signing up for a half marathon training guide, which we just updated, which is cool.
Yeah.
We can actually even throw a link in there if you want to.
We can throw a link in there.
If any of you guys want it.
People have been getting it. I can see traffic going to the page, but we've got some bugs in the background.
We have there might have been a bug where people weren't getting the guide.
Really fun discoveries today, guys.
It's been an interesting morning.
Discoveries.
Anyhow, on a more positive note, we both raced last weekend.
We did.
And race might be a strong term. We showed up at a race. You actually raced for legit.
I raced decently legit.
And I just had a long run that was part of a half marathon that I was quite helpful.
Which was also super legit. You should be really happy with
that. I was pretty happy with it. And so we want to talk about racing just in general. Like right before that, I guess we were in the car thinking like, hey, look, what races do we want to run this year? And, you know, with all the trips that we're doing, like when are we going to fit it in and like how's it going to integrate with our training? And then we decided, hey, there's a race this weekend.
Yeah.
Screw it, let's just do that one. And we're still trying to figure out like what's our summer going to look like.
Yeah.
It's kind of become a tradition that we run a race or two together during the year.
Yeah, it's been fun.
And so we're thinking about that. I've been thinking very strongly about the difference between performance and health and, you know, differentiating there. And so we want to talk a little bit about that and how racing plays into it. But before we get into all that, we have 2 things. You have the eye on your car somewhere outside to like, you're like, okay, this is going to be. But while we have Nate, first let's say hi to everybody here.
Yeah.
And then for you guys that are signing in, there's a link below. We have
a hat we're giving away.
One of our
very cool TRE hats here.
I was just telling Nate, I only have one of these, and it's constantly sweaty because I'm wearing it in the morning.
Yeah.
So this is the other one. And the rest of them are with
Jessica,
because they're going to be ready to ship out to you guys. So we're giving away two of these. And these are. I was actually just thinking we should order some more because I really like these.
Yeah,
these are great hats.
Fun.
Not just cool. It's run experience, awesome, cool colors, whatever. Great design, designed by Nate. But very useful. I use it all the time. So
I know. I wore it on Sunday when I was racing.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and hit the Gleam link in the description and sign up there. I asked as you guys were tuning in, you know, what races? What do we got here?
I brought a snack to make you feel better. It's been a rough morning, guys.
It's been a rough morning, guys. It's been a rough morning.
It can't always go your way.
It can't, you know.
But all things told, we have our health, we have you guys. And the business is still functioning. The car will be, in an hour, the car will be back to normal and minus a little bit of cash.
I wanted a new window anyway.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Nora Dog was okay.
Nora
she wasn't in the car,
okay.
which is great.
Yeah.
So, yes, they're talking about you.
But just chatting with you guys, I asked you guys a question. Have you guys raced it this year, or do you have a race coming up on what it is? Esther Hammer says, first Ultra 50K in Sausalito this weekend.
All right.
That is exciting. We got a local. GDK Mouse says 10K in April, UK. Okay, so we got a little time for that. Dave Friswell says, I did Disney Marathon on January 13th, new PR. That's awesome. Right on. Training through the holidays. Krista Berg says 5K on Saturday, second 5K this year. I kind of liked starting off with the shorter distances. I'll talk more about my 10K in a little bit. Shayna Scott says, hello from rainy Chicago, but hey, at least it's not snowing or colder than the North Pole. Now, you guys, your weather has been...
I don't know how you guys are doing it. It's 40 degrees in the morning when I go running, and I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't do this. 40 degrees.
It's cold.
I don't have the clothes for it. I don't, I leave all my winter running clothes. I don't even think about the weather when I'm going out. I just walk out the door, and when I walk out in shorts and a shirt, I'm like, this is colder than I want to be on this run. Yeah.
Jen says, I did the Disney full and 10K last month, training for a few half marathons this spring to attempt a PR before Chicago in the fall.
She did Disney full and the 10K on the subsequent weekends?
Wow. I wonder if it was like 10K on Saturday, marathon on Sunday.
I was thinking it was like 10K as in the first 10K of the marathon.
I think kind of cool. You get like 4 medals in your marathon.
Yeah.
What else do we got here?
Nicole for Dr. Soda International Triathlon.
Woo.
I want the bobble hat TRE is wearing what?
This
Hat.
guy.
Oh, is that the bobble hat?
If you go to our gear store, you can purchase one of these things for your very self. We do have a handful left. So I'll put a link into our gear store where you guys can go ahead and purchase your own stuff. Get in there.
Every time you post that, I'm like, oh God, if you let people have those and they're going to buy them and then we won't have any left.
I know.
But we'll order more. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll order more. Who else we have here? Troy says, hey guys, hope everything is doing well. Andy Warburn says, doing my first half marathon at Zandvoort. Ooh, that sounds Dutch.
Where is it?
Zandvoort.
Okay.
In April, 8K of beach running included in it.
Wow.
That's kind of cool.
Like on the beach in the sand. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Shubangi, 10K in May. Can't run, continues though. Doing park runs on Saturday. Run, walk, run. Very cool. Barbara says first half marathon in 30 days. Shayna says half in April, half in August, and first time full in October. Exciting stuff.
Great. We got a lot of people in here today. Troy, what's up, man? Good to see you in here.
I know. Kelly says 10K in a week and a half. Hot chocolate 15K in March.
They just had this.
We gotta do one of the hot
ago.
chocolate races. We've never.
They just had it. They just had it like maybe 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I saw
They're
it.
like a big thing. Those are always super popular.
I kind of like when we do the like little podunk races though.
They're so great. Like the Kaiser race was
community
kind of fun
races.
because it was maybe a couple thousand, maybe 1,000 people.
Even that is like it's a larger one. Like I like the ones where we
But,
go
like,
out and do the trail run. And It's like 100 people starting.
It's great. It's like easy to park. I know this is where I go.
We got full dad mode.
Easy
to park.
It's just. So we got invited to this
Take
concert.
a damn Uber to get there. What are you?
So we got invited to this concert by some friends of ours, and it's this band called Tritonal. Do you know who they are?
No.
I can't listen to them for 30 seconds without turning it off. It is like rave dance. You're wearing glitter, like that type of
it's
thing.
my stuff. It's my people.
And I'm just like, what about me makes you think that I'm into that? So I'm like,
Can we
okay,
play
I'll
it?
try to play.
Can we play it?
We could probably try to find some. And I have tried to listen to this, and I'm just like, I can't do it. And I'm like, Aaron, I don't know if we can go to this concert.
Tritonal?
It's going to start super late. Parking is going to be
Like this?
difficult.
Oh, Tritonal.
Tritonal.
Okay, like, guys, you want to hear it? Do you want to hear this? Okay. I think it's going to work, right?
Yeah, let's see if this will work. So it starts slow. They build up.
It's like all music right now.
I know.
This is not that bad.
It's not that bad.
I thought you were going to be like headbanging or something.
No, it's not that bad. That's good running music.
Yeah.
Jessica likes it. I know. Alright, so I didn't hear this song before. This song is not the worst.
Double negative.
I've been doing a lot of double negatives, guys. I think it's just been...
I think you and Aaron got on a kick, and I'm gonna break you of it.
I know. This song's okay.
I asked. There's nothing wrong with this song. First of all, this is good. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what you're complaining about.
Maybe we're expanding my boundaries on tritonal.
This is their real popular song. This is 86,000 hits.
Okay.
Guys, we're in a whole new... We told you it's been a weird morning. We're in a whole new territory where we're evaluating music on the live show.
Okay.
I don't... Can you guys hear this?
It's not too bad. Here, skip to like the middle. Skip to the middle. Oh. Yes, okay. So this is what I was talking about.
Okay. I mean, if I'm at a place and there's dancing, okay, I'm not gonna listen to that necessarily. But you know, people love. This is like running music. People love that crap when they're running. They're like, all right, I'm on the. It's like I think this got started when people were doing like an hour on the elliptical, and they're like, this is elliptical music. All right, yeah. I can do it. Yeah. It's not that bad.
Yeah. See, that's the concert. Tritonal. And Sean Frank and APAC and SJ at Fox
Why did you
Theater
get tickets
in
to
Oakland.
it?
I didn't get tickets yet. We're still holding out. They're just trying to push us to go. But I don't know if I can do it, guys. I maybe a song in the treadmill. I gotta work my way up.
Fox has a really nice system where you get beers on the side of this. Yeah,
I know.
Easy.
Can you sit down?
No.
Do you have to stand the whole time?
Dude, just go to bed, man. You're so old. Go to bed.
These are the questions I have.
Oh my god.
Nicole says I'd cycle to that. Rick is like TRE Live DJ.
It's not that bad. I don't agree that this is like the worst music ever.
John's conscious life. Give me some Slayer or something for running.
Oh,
a little Slayer.
Okay, well, honestly, like Slayer is not my speed. But hey, you run. You know what we should start to integrate more of like running playlists in our community.
We should. We figure out the music that we've been listening to.
Maybe our new mobile
app.
Not bad. We will have people submit a running playlist. I don't know.
Who knows?
Rick's online. Rick, can we do that? I don't know.
I know. Who knows? Tony says, I'm not used to listening to music while I'm running, but if I have to run something short and quick, I listen to drum and bass.
Okay. Drum and bass is more intense than this.
It is more intense. There's this whole thing. I had an old roommate that was like super into techno. And then he was like, no. Like, techno is like super popular. I listen to like super duper closeted techno that like, no one's ever heard of.
Just so you know, nobody says techno anymore. That's not even like
EDM.
EDM is okay.
EDM. Okay. So sorry that
techno is like circa 1999.
I feel like that's where I am. I feel like from like a music standpoint, it's like no, I listen to new stuff, but
you listen to a fair amount of reggae.
I've been holding
reggae
off.
inspired.
I do listen to more reggae.
He takes off his headphones like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I've been holding off because it's such a spring and summer thing, and I'll like over listen to it, and so by like August, I was like I'm reggae'd out.
Sublime is just like blaring.
I can't do it anymore. So like I'm
What's your winter music?
I don't know. I'm like. Maybe this is what has me all moody and down in the dumps. I've been listening to...
You want to hear what my winter music is?
Yeah, I would like to hear your winter music.
Okay.
This is kind of fun, actually.
All right.
Hendra says, I say techno, I'm old, I guess. See?
This is my winter music. This is like... It's like 5:55. I'm putting on my shoes.
Alan Isakov.
I put on my head... On my new... You want to pull those headphones out?
Where?
Right there. The white light blinking. Yeah, pull this out.
What is this?
This is the Under Armour. The ones that don't say whoa. I offer these to you. You can say I don't want to try those.
Whoa, fancy headphones.
Yeah. I put on these new headphones, which I'll talk about in just a second. And this is like calming music.
It is.
Sit out in the morning.
I could drink a cocktail to this.
Gregory,
and like have a taste.
Beautiful.
It's nice.
All right, so that's enough. Anyhow, these guys sent us these very expensive headphones, so I will talk about them for a second. Because I've been trying them out. They are. Let me tell you what I like, and then I'll tell you what I don't like. These are. Do we have this box here anymore? No. Under Armour came out with new headphones that are kind of competing with the Jaybird Runs.
Yep.
And they
Very much
are
like
Bluetooth, last a good amount of time. I don't know what their actual runtime is. The thing I like about them is they fit in my ears quite nicely.
Yeah, do they come with different sizes, or is that a one size
They
fits
do.
all?
They come with different sizes. I didn't have to change them. They just come with a charging case.
The charging case is kind of a cool innovation. I like that.
It is. Here's what I'll say, is that I'm used to the Apple charging case, which is, Apple came out with these Bluetooth headphones that are the kind of gold standard for, And the difference in size, I will say, does not compete, because I'm never going to put this in my pocket.
That's big.
This is in my pocket all day long, all day, every day.
That is fair.
Whatever. These are not great running headphones because they don't stick in your ears that well, but they work, right?
Yeah.
Here are the things that I like about this. The sound is way better than the Apple for music.
Oh, really?
It's sealed ear sound as opposed to having a speaker that's just playing near your ear. So this sound is better than this sound in many ways, right? There's more bass response, there's more treble response. I mean, like, I'm not an audiophile when I come to, but here's the thing I don't like. They just don't work it takes longer to connect. This morning I had problems with them connecting. It's just not as seamless. Occasionally, this earphone will get out of phase with this earphone, and you have to do this like syncing thing where you have to hold one down, hold down the. I'm like, that should happen automatically.
But when you get your tritonal beats going,
if you really want to thump heavy like drum and bass, I mean, these are JBL like Harman. Speakers, like these are they're nice headphones. So there's definitely no bones about that. The other thing is that they have two modes where you can have it like you can tap the left ear twice and then it brings it down in case you want to talk to somebody. But you can still hear in the background, which I'm kind of like, I'll just take it out or turn it off. I'm like, why am I gonna?
Oh, interesting.
And then they have another mode where it's like ambient noise mode, right? Where it lets in some of the outside stuff, so kind of like what you have with the aftershocks. Here's the thing: when I'm running and I put it in ambient mode, all I can hear is shh, like the air rushing past my ears.
Oh, so they're like little mini noise canceling headphones? Is that
they're not noise canceling? They're just sealed.
I see.
Right. So.
Well, then here's
the thing: if you want good sound, you want Bluetooth headphones, and you want decent battery life and a pack you can throw in your gym bag, and you don't care about the ambient sound, you don't care about all these other features, these are great headphones. If you want to be able to talk on the phone, not good headphones. Like, nobody could hear me. My mom called me and she's like, just call me later.
Okay.
Yep. So if you want all-around headphones, these are still a better bet. But for sound, and if you want, like, hey, I want to like close out the world, go running, listen to my tritonal or Gregory Alan Isakov. These are great. So,
Andy asked, anyone try the Trex Airs? Why, yes, good sir, I have, and I love them. They are my favorite headphones. I like them because...
I offered these to Nate, and he's like, I don't like these. They're just not my thing. I'm not even going to try them.
No,
so
I keep them in my bag. I only have to charge them really once a week, so they have like a good charge. And a lot of times what I like about these is that, I can wear them, and then if I want, I just put them around my neck like this, and I can just totally chill with it.
And we're going to be doing some giveaways with the Airs coming up soon.
Yeah,
we just talked to their team last week.
Really excited.
And so you'll see us talking more about them.
You're not wearing this for the best sound quality. Like, let's be really clear, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing this for like ultimate sound, but like you can hear well. And what I like about it is that because they don't go in your ears, you can sort of hear everything else.
Yeah.
So it's like, I run with my dog a lot. I want to be able to hear like her collar if she like goes up a hill.
Right.
Or
if you run in a place that's really loud, like in the middle of a city, this is not going to be your best bet.
Like,
you're going to want a closed-off ear.
And
even like, this won't work that well.
And if I'm in like a really loud gym and I'm trying to like run a treadmill, like I can't wear these, right? And Trex has headphones like, well, they'll like give you earplugs to wear, and these, and you're like, well, this is silly.
Yeah.
But in terms of phone calls, great. I've had multiple phone calls with you, and you didn't even know that I was on my Trex.
It's probably true. Yeah. So it just depends on what you want. I am more often in your camp in terms of just wanting, like, I want something around, but oftentimes, like, I'm wearing some of these headphones, and then in the middle of the run, I'm like, I don't need to listen to music. I just want to listen to the sound of my breathing.
I know. As
Okay.
we go through here.
Are you moderating people?
I am.
Put the smack down. People aren't if you. It doesn't matter. Okay, cool, guys. So let's talk a little bit more about our racing. We had more questions from people?
We have a few more here. Rachel asks, can we talk about music during races? Do you use music for races? I know most races discourage it for safety or whatever, but do you use your headphones anyway? People come through this at different ways. The Kaiser, I definitely saw people put their headphones in.
Did you have your headphones in?
I did not.
Okay.
When I race, even when I raced like the 50K, we were out there for a long time.
Oh, I don't listen.
I didn't wear headphones, even though I'll wear headphones and either listen to music or podcast while I do most of my runs.
Yep.
And I just personally, my own personal take is not even from a safety standpoint. I think that racing is a social, communally shared thing. And if I have headphones in, I am, for me, minimizing that potential experience. Like the ability to talk to people. Like if I'm running next to someone and I see their headphones in, it's sort of like, well, I guess I'm not talking to that person.
Do you talk during the races?
It depends. If it's like a long, not a 10K, but if it's like a long race.
Yeah.
If you're running for like a 50K or a marathon.
What do you talk to people about?
I don't know. Where they're from.
Really?
Do they like tritonal? Do they call it EDM?
I don't know that I've ever fraternized during races. When I'm in races, the reason I don't wear music is that I'm in race mode and I don't want to go into I don't want to spend my mental energy elsewhere. I'm like, I'm like focusing on what I'm doing here. And so in my race on Sunday, I actually did have headphones in because I was not in race mode. I just showed up there, started at the back of the pack, and was going to do it like a long run. Turned out,
yeah. So what else do we have here? So what do you guys do for your music as you go out there? Jenna says, I wear them in the gym and in the city. I think it's good to be able to hear your surroundings, especially running outdoors.
Awesome. Perfect.
Definitely agreed.
Yep.
Shayna says, I love my Trexairs too. I knock off ones to try out the bone conduction technology. I run alone on trails, so I like to be able to hear if someone's coming up behind me.
Yeah.
How did the knockoff ones sound compared to maybe the real ones? Have you
I will say that Trek has done, from the first pair that we had to the second pair, the kind of evolution, like they've definitely improved. I have definitely gone the cheap. In fact, I just donated a bunch of our headphones. But I went the cheap route for a while, like getting a $30 pair. I kind of feel like headphones, if you're gonna wear them, it's probably worth getting a decent pair. I found that especially with Bluetooth headphones, cheap pairs tend to not connect well, or if it's raining, the connection will fuzz out. The battery life obviously is never as good. I just feel like the difference in price and from an environmental standpoint, I feel like going through a bunch of pairs of crappy ones for the same price is just not good. So I'm a fan of anting up and buy the ones that you're gonna use the most. And if you're gonna go with either the Jaybird runs or ones like this, the Under Armour new Bluetooth ones, I'm forgetting what they call these. They're great and engineered for a specific thing. If you want to be able to hear ambient surrounding sounds, the Treks have been constantly surprising us as to how often we end up pulling those out.
Yeah, they're really good. Before we get into more comments, quick shout out to this week's giveaway. We are giving away a very exclusive design, limited supply, the Run Experience Edition. Bucko hat. This thing has a little flexible brim, super breathable, very stylish if I don't mind so saying myself. And you can get one. 2 of you can win if you go into the description of this video, and we will send one to you, and we'll do the drawing next week.
Awesome.
So, get in there.
We have an interesting question, which I do want to touch on. I don't have any solutions, but RH2018 says, is it possible to touch base on any suggestion about how not to hurt the toenails? I have good shoes. Do toe caps they sell on Amazon help? Anything else? Okay. I have been losing toenails to the wonderful sport of running since 1998.
Do you always lose the same ones, or are they different ones?
It used to be the same ones. Now it's, look at my...
Oh, yeah.
It's bad. Actually, Kirk, our old coach who is now doing videography stuff, I pinged him the other day because I was watching his face and I was like, hey, how are you doing? And he sent me back a picture of his toenails, like freshly painted. He's like, don't worry, my feet are still fresh. And I was like, you know what? I might take up the mantle and start painting my toenails because it is just bad. I mean, I have,
especially
of my
your left
10
side.
toenails, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 5 that are, I would say, healthy toenails.
Huh.
Yeah. And the rest of them are either in some constant state of falling off. I mean, constantly. And the thing about it is once you lose them, if the nail bed gets infected or, it gets like a little fungal infection or it just gets... Now you've lost... I feel once you lose a toenail...
It's really hard to get it back.
Well, the chance you're going to keep losing it
Is
goes
the
up.
nail totally gone in a lot of them? Or is it like just
There's
partly
still
there?
some nail in all of the cases, but
Is it
like...
painful?
It is a little painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
gotten so used to it that it doesn't bother me
I need to think a
anymore.
little bit about mechanically what's happening for that to occur. Because it's like, that is, I mean, fortunately, that is something that I haven't had to deal with. I think maybe my first marathon, I maybe got like a slightly bruised toenail.
Yeah.
If I let my toenails grow out too long, I'll have like one like toenail like kind of dig into the like other toe.
That's definitely not my problem. I cut my toenails as short as I can, but like genetically, also my feet are like sinfully ugly and not shaped well. So like I have an extra half shoe size just because of that. Yeah. I don't think that there's anything. I mean, I have tried so many different pairs of shoes. I wear Ultras now that have a big toe box. I honestly don't think there's anything I can do that would prevent it from happening fully, unless there's something in my form that I'm not seeing. But small price to pay. I will say that the best thing you can do is, if you do lose a toenail, keep your feet like as clean and dry as possible. Because if you don't, that's when you get them infected, and it's a lifelong thing. Once you get a toenail infected, it never goes away.
Yeah. So GDK Mouse asks, Ari, positive mental attitude. How do you keep positive during the not so good running days and races? You know, I have a friend, an athlete that I've worked with over the years, and this person really struggles in the race, because when the race is going, this person will basically be like self-editing and criticizing and doubting how things are going. So rather than say, oh, I'm really hurting, you know what, everyone must be hurting too, I'm exactly where I need to be, she's like, I'm hurting, oh, I don't know if I can do it, I can't finish, I can't do this. And sometimes that leads to a drop in pace, and then they're very much beating themselves up afterwards, or they're just not in it.
Yep.
You know, has that ever happened to you?
What I've noticed is that no matter what I do, the first like third of the race always feels bad.
Yeah.
It's when I'm the freshest, and yet what happens is my mind goes ahead and it's like, should I be this tired? Should I? It's all of a sudden I've put my body, even in this race where I started out pretty slow, I'm like, man, I've only gone 3 miles. That feels like not good. And then I hit my stride, you know, somewhere around halfway, and I can kind of, but knowing that that is what is occurring as opposed to it being reality has been a game changer for me. Because once I realized like, oh, I'm just in the beginning period. I just have to wait this out. And I think that instead of focusing on...
So for you, you have enough experience where you've kind of anticipated those down spots, and you sort of know that they're going to happen. And part of knowing they're going to happen is that you know historically you've gone through them and felt better on the other side.
And just in general, the idea that like, hey, am I focusing on this as a signal to what's happening in the future? Or am I just like, this is what's happening right now? Yeah. This is what's happening right now, and I'm going to wait, and I'm just going to be like, and don't try to change it. That's the main thing. If you're like, hey, I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling down, and I want to feel better. I want to feel like I'm charging for it. You can't do... I have never found anything that flips it. All of a sudden, it's like, hey, you're going to have a bad mood. Change it. Be in a good mood. That doesn't work to me. Yeah. You know? But the best you can do is kind of be like, okay, I'm going to be okay
with... Throw a little tritonal on. I'll get the mood up. No problem.
Hey, man, I'll throw it back on right now.
You know? Like gospel hymns that you call in. It's a little music break. Come down, see river run. That is a good song.
People,
you know what?
People are wondering how long are you gonna keep playing it? I'm gonna keep playing it.
I feel like I need to get a little Gregory Alan Isaacoff in my life this afternoon. I used to think that if I was feeling really bad acutely in a moment, I would immediately extrapolate that to the finish.
Yeah.
Like wherever I would go, and all of a sudden it's like, oh man, I'm gonna feel this or worse all the way through.
Yeah.
And then I think I realized too that I would have our moment in a race where I'm gonna go through a little down spot. Now, for some people, for say a marathon, for example, a lot of times they go through down spot at like mile 20 or a little bit later. Mm-hmm. For me, my down spot was always early, like miles 13 to 15. Mm-hmm. But then sort of once I got through that, I'd feel better. But early on, I would get really down because like, oh my God, I haven't even hit the wall yet. Mm-hmm. I'm hitting the wall early. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, this is going to be, the last 10 miles are going to be terrible. So I like that idea of just like, riding it out and realizing it's going to change. There are probably some things you can do to not force an immediate change, but like go through, you're like, okay, how's my breathing?
Yeah, focus on like locus of control.
Can I adjust my pace a little bit? Can I eat something? Like those always
focus
really
on things that you can control, your breathing, your stride, and just and don't worry about the feeling that's coming up. There's a Buddhist quote that I was just totally something about like we suffer more in our minds than we do in reality. Yeah. And like your mind can become a torturous thing, especially through these long races. Somebody was saying they're doing the Sausalito 50K. Like, it's a long race. If you start 45 minutes in, you're going up the first hill, and you're like, I have 28 miles to go, and I'm already feeling lactic acid build up. And you start thinking about that, you're like, there's no way. There's no way. And all that suffering is happening here. Not so much here, because you're probably okay. Like, you have a little bit of, you're a little tired, but like, if somebody said that the finish line was right there, would you quit? No, absolutely not. But in your mind, and I think that it's, to me, this is the beauty of long distance running, which is like, that happens in life too, and like, we get to face it and figure out. So I don't think the point is to evolve to the type of runner who never has this. I don't think that's the point at all. I think that this is part of the sport of running. It is part of the practice of being like, hey, like, stuff gets crazy here. I'm just gonna like let that be because that's not reality. Reality is like, I'm okay right now, and I'm not gonna try to change it, and it will change by itself, and everything changes. I've been listening to a lot of meditation books when I'm running. So
I really like the idea of leaning in a little bit, where running is like it. When we're racing, we're trying to do something that's hard and is not gonna feel good, and you're like, wow, I've signed up to suffer. Like when I finished the 10K on Sunday, like kind of wanted to vomit the last half mile.
Were you suffering?
Like I was pinned, and but
this guy ran almost broke 40 minutes.
I know.
Just on a random Sunday.
I was right on the edge of 40 minutes. I was excited with that.
Is it 6:30, 6:15? What is that?
I think it's about 6:25 pace is what I averaged.
Not
so
bad.
I was pretty happy.
What
Definitely
was my
not.
pace?
You were in Craig ran cruised easy a 1:34.5.
I just didn't
easy day.
And I actually for me it was seeing people at mile like 8, 9, 10 who were either speeding up or like pushing forward, and I was like, this is not that race for me. Like, I consciously have to back off and try to like, I'm not trying to stay with anybody. And a lot of them came back to me.
Yeah. I didn't wear my racing shoes. I wore my heavier trainers because I hadn't done that much speed work yet this year, and I, kept it conservative-ish the first 5K and then pressed the second 5K. So I was very happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that staying in your own race. Let me see, what was this? 7. Oh, yeah 7:15,
7:10, 7:15. That's very solid.
Yeah,
you gotta be stoked with that. That's really good. So we did our first race. We kind of dropped in semi last minute. I signed up, I think, on like Friday night, and did somewhat of a regular week of training, and I did that on purpose. Like
regular weekend of drinking too.
Oh yeah, and I didn't cut back on training too much. So I was doing some regular runs. I ran 5 or 6 miles the day before. Yep. Ran on Friday the day before too, and I wanted it to be like a fun, social, hard training run. Right. And I felt pretty good and was able to push. If I was like really cared about that race, I would have probably done more specific prep in the weeks before.
Yep.
And then I would have like dropped my training more, the week going in. So I had that like extra edge and also like mental capacity to dig deeper. Like when I have those big races, you are like, let's bring it.
Yeah.
And
we're going to
ready
spend
to
the
suffer.
emotional capital on, I have found that, when we did the half last year, I went harder. It really, like, anytime I do a race, it's either, this is the performance versus health thing, I find that either I'm racing all the time and it becomes part of my training and I can kind of sustain that, but when I'm racing every so often, to really push it means that my training takes a hit afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I will taper going into it and then I'll have to, like, to kind of taper going out of it because I'm not doing that much mileage. And I find that from a health perspective, consistency is really what key, and it's not these performance spikes. And so I have had to come to terms with the idea, like, okay, I'm not trying to, get down to 118 anymore, like try to obliterate my, PR or whatever. I am trying to maintain like constant, like consistency, health, got my smoothie I just finished.
There we go.
And that is a goal that is actually, I find, in some ways, like it takes a lot of discipline. You're like, you know what, I'm not trying to knock off those extra couple minutes. And
it's interesting. Like
it's important to know.
We feel kind of competitive in other areas, especially on the work side. And I know that I think because I've taken some of that pressure off running, I've been really enjoying running the last year.
Yep.
And getting back to that earlier question about, how do you get through some of those hard spots? Like, it's just, I've been running with a sense of like gratitude. Like I've dealt with injuries over the past years, just the ability to go out and run with friends or like running with my dog is awesome because she's just having so much fun. Yeah. And you just can't help but realize like this is just a giant play session for her. It's so awesome. And days I'm like, man, I went out when I got back from Mammoth, I tried running on Wednesday and I felt like I was going backwards. Like I was just so tired. Yeah. But I was like, you know what? Like I'm out here. Like I don't have that expectation of like, oh my God, what happens if I don't? It was all good.
So people are asking about the smoothie. I was thinking I have been testing out protein powders. I think I talked to you guys about this last time. Let me go pull out all the ones I'm testing.
Oh, let's do it.
And I will talk to you about that.
My repair guy has not gotten back to me yet about fixing my window, so my window is still smashed. If you guys missed the first part of the show, I got my car broken into this morning, and my wife's bags and wallet was stolen. Fortunately, we were able to find the bags in a bush a little bit further down the street. A super fun reality of living in San Francisco. Jenna says Mammoth Mountain. Yeah, Mammoth is absolutely incredible. Oops. Let's see here. What do you got here for us?
Protein.
Oh my goodness, he's got a whole lot of protein.
Okay, can you pull that chair? I don't know how to put all this stuff. Alright guys.
Hold on.
I'm in search of not the perfect protein powder, but a protein powder. And I've been lucky enough to be sent a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so
this is part of Craig's Crazy Kitchen right here.
Yeah, so I've been working my way through this stuff. I've been eating mostly vegetarian, so it's killing me a little bit to be eating...
Prime protein?
Prime protein is made out of grass-fed beef. And here's the thing. If you want your protein from meat source... There are not that many options like that. Yeah. What I've heard is that, and what I'm betting, like, you're probably not getting the creme de la creme of
grass-fed beef.
Of the beef. It's not like they're taking filet mignon and like being like, right. Not that you necessarily care about that, but
I wouldn't. That'd be like, let me get really nice wine and then put it into powder form. So then I can add water to it.
I feel like, so this is free of like gluten, dairy, whey, soy, so they are using, I'm sure they're using decent stuff. I talked to the owner of this company. I just am not, once I finish this bag, I don't necessarily want to get my stuff from meat sources. And that's just me. It's not a judgment call. Then we go the other direction.
Whoa.
This is Sun Warrior. I've also met these guys. I know that they put good stuff in theirs. What I'll say is that they were one of the, as far as I know, they were one of the like earlier popular brands of plant-based protein, and they've been around for a while. You can definitely taste. I mean, this is mostly pea protein, I want to say.
Ooh.
Actually, they have a combination.
Do you have any cricket protein?
I've tried cricket protein.
Do you like it? Have you guys heard of this cricket protein? It's like bugs.
So
Why
also,
not?
this is one of the crazy things when you start looking into protein. Everybody's scoop is a different size. So these guys say a scoop is 25 grams and the protein is 18. That seems to be a typical. But sometimes people will be like, "Oh, we have 24 grams of protein in each scoop, but the scoop's 40 grams." So I like this, but I feel like it doesn't dissolve tremendously well in smoothies. This was just sent to me. Organic super protein, quite nice. I will say it's. I mean, when you look at whey protein versus
This is whey?
No, this is pea, and it's all plant based.
Oh, okay.
So I like this.
Creamy vanilla flavor.
It like of the plant proteins. I mean, in terms of taste, I definitely go this versus this. Like no question. That being said, like all plant proteins are a little bit. I don't say chalky. That's not the right word. They're just you can tell it doesn't dissolve and blend quite as well as the whey protein.
Okay.
Then of course we have our friends at UCAN. I wouldn't consider this.
This isn't protein.
This isn't a protein powder. They have added protein, so there's like 10 grams in here. I want to say.
Oh right, yeah, that is true.
7 grams. So this is mostly. So I don't use this in my smoothies because I'm not looking for more of a carbohydrate boost. But I would use it prior to a
I
run.
drank a bottle of this for my pre-10K breakfast with my coffee.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I got my chocolate thing.
This I love.
Collagen.
I keep pouring it into their old containers as it's all beaten up. But I just got this and did it this morning. But collagen is pure protein, so there's about 11 grams in here, and you only put there's only 12 grams that you put into your smoothie.
Yeah.
So I always add this, and then I add a little bit of something else. So I try to get about 30 grams of protein in the smoothie. This is recommended and endorsed by our own Elizabeth Infine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great Lakes beef, Great Lakes gelatin.
Yeah, collagen. So this is also meat based, but
yeah.
what can you do?
What can you do? Amazing.
And then this is the newest one that I tried. I hate the name, Muscle Feast. But
Muscle Feast?
Yeah,
a feast of muscles?
One of the places that I look for protein powders is labdoor.com. Labdoor does independent analysis, think of like Consumer Reports, but on supplements. So the supplement industry is horrible and notorious for not putting into there's nobody checking. So if this was full of flour, you wouldn't know.
Well, and I think what's interesting too is that there might be some inconsistency on the factory line. Like certain things get certain amounts and other ones don't. And like literally this is a black box of goop.
Now, these guys ranked very highly on Labdoor, which is why I bought them.
Yeah.
And they do things like sports purity, accuracy. They rank it on a bunch of different levels. What they don't tell you is what does it taste like. They don't tell you like, hey, how effective is the protein. What they do say is, hey, does it have any bad stuff in it? And then how accurate compared to what they say is on there is the actual contents. And like it's atrocious, but like because there's no regulation, I mean, you and I could open up we could literally buy some containers, say, hey, we have TRE protein. Take some stuff from like a big bag of protein that you get at Whole Foods, dump it in there, add 50% flour, and be like, hey.
That's really interesting because what are you really buying here? Is it the label?
Right. And so you really need to trust where you're getting it from, or you have to have it independently verified. So I know you guys also have so many suggestions, but I'll say I would want to give a shout out because we have no deals with any of these companies, right? But I want to give a shout out to the guys at Organic Super Protein. They were super Touchstone Essentials. They emailed us and were super nice to send me this and the green powder, which I've not tried yet, but I will.
Oh.
And yeah, I this is like when I go plant based, which is probably where I'm going to go once I work my way through this.
Yeah. For the smoothies.
Yeah.
For the smoothies.
Yep.
Which means I'll get a little bit too.
Yeah.
Which I'm always excited about. Well, that's a whole lot of protein powder.
Yep.
Oh, no.
All right, that's it for Craig's Crazy Kitchen. That's right.
Hot
Elizabeth
darn.
did do some awesome, and I'm sure this is where I got my collagen recommendation from.
Oh man, Gina says just got a free sample of Complete by Juice Plus.
Nice.
Trying it out tomorrow.
Tell them to send us some, Gina.
Jessica says Sun Warrior is great, but so spendy.
Yep.
Edward's solubility of protein powders vary so much. Some are really cakey.
Cakey's the right term. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say though that this, I mean, as far as plant-based protein, this is the best solubility that I've found so far. Yeah.
Yeah. Jenna says, yeah, they're super fluffy. I like veggie vegan protein for oatmeal. The chalkiness I actually like. Yum.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Mixing a little bit in the oatmeal in the morning.
I've been making this this snack, and the snack is it is 2 tablespoons of PB2, like the powder, right? Which I don't like in smoothies, but I like it. 2 tablespoons of PB2, 1 tablespoon of actual peanut butter, so it's like a bunch of peanut butter. Then a tablespoon of flaxseed and half a scoop of chocolate, whatever chocolate
Muscle
version.
Feast.
Yeah, Muscle Feast. And it's basically like 30 grams of protein in like a kind of like a peanut butter snack.
Do you find that because you've been eating a little bit more vegetarian of late that you find like, okay, this is a good portion of my protein for the day?
I am trying to basically hit like in the 25 to 30 of grams of protein per meal. I'm not super specific about it, but what I found is that doing that keeps my satiation.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like hungry all the time, which is sometimes when I eat vegetarian, I'm like, I'm hungry like soon.
Yeah.
So
other updates. Burpee challenge is
over.
Finito.
Yeah.
As of last Sunday. It was
How many burpees did you do?
I did, guys, I added it up and it was 2,360 burpees, plus or minus.
I'm surprised you didn't do
1 or
another
2.
40 just to close off the 2,400.
I probably did it this week.
Oh boy.
Hey guys, this might be my glass repair guy. So I might be back and or Craig might close out the show.
All right. Thank you for... All right, guys, it's just you and me. And I'm done with Craig's Crazy Kitchen, so we can talk about whatever you want. I have found that, well, let's go back and I want to hear a little bit more about the races that you guys are doing. Jenna says, yes, it makes oatmeal like cookie batter. Yes, that is exactly true. So one of the things I've found, I've been experimenting with my diet for a long time. And one of the things I've found recently is that having a snack that has a decently high protein, you want to take her with you? Has a decently high protein intake has definitely like helps with the satiation. So like I'm hungry, I want something, I'm gonna snack. Either I'm gonna snack on something crappy or I'm gonna snack on something decent. If I can just get the protein up, like intake up, then I usually I won't even eat the whole snack. Like it's enough that I really don't feel I feel very satiated. So that's the thinking there. Gina says feeling satiated is a huge issue for me when I'm running and doing weights so much. Yeah, Gina, I would recommend looking at your protein intake. It is so easy as runners to not get very much protein, right? Because we are, a lot of times we're very carb focused. Like you feel like hungry, and so you eat something with a lot of carbs in it. I am not anti-carb at all in any way, shape, or form. I just feel that generally when I try to put things in, as opposed to removing things from my diet, I always think it's better to say, hey, I'm gonna try to put this stuff in. So when I go to the farmer's market or to the grocery store, I buy a lot of vegetables and I'm like, okay, these vegetables are all gonna get processed in some way. They're gonna get cooked down, they're gonna get, roasted in the oven or whatever, put into jars, and then I know that is going into my system. And then I see okay, I know that I'm putting this good stuff in, as opposed to saying, hey, I'm gonna try to not have bread this week. Instead, I prefer the addition versus the exclusion, with the exception of sugar. RA says, I use GNC protein. GNC is a cornucopia of supplements. They don't do a great job of filtering out I don't know about their actual GNC brand, but generally you can find a lot of stuff in there that, let's say that you were an Olympic athlete or a college athlete, that would make you test positive. And so I wouldn't say they're a great filter for some of the stuff that you may not want to put in your body. I highly recommend matching it up with Labdoor. I know through the friend the people at Labdoor. I know they're a legit company. They do a nice job. They've been around for a while now. They do a good job of being like a arbiter of this industry. David Friswell. Oh, Jeff says, am I fermenting anything new? Not actively. I still have stuff in my fridge that is in fermentation process, but I would say the last thing I really did was I've been working my way through all of my canned tomatoes, which I did last summer, and then I've also been I did make like a quick pickle out of that Run Fast Eat Slow book of onions that I've been kind of putting in there. Fermenting is something that I've dabbled in, but it hasn't become like part of my regular cadence. I'm still cooking a lot, and so my thing right now, if you guys really want to know, is miso. Taking miso, adding it to butter, and then putting it in dishes is it's like magic. It's like sprinkling magic onto your food. Shana said, "You guys are already hungry." Shana, go find and we talked about my penchant for canned fish, which sounds awful when I say it, but I actually find Wild Planet sardines to be just totally great. So R. Zaver, any good half marathons around the Bay that you recommend happening soon? There is one in March that I was thinking of. It's like March 26th. What the name of it is, I can't really remember. There are so many good races around here, guys. We are thinking, I'm going to take this time to talk about our mobile app. Where is it? Let me see if I can guys, we are going to launch the first beta version of our mobile app to a limited audience here in about 2 weeks. And so we're going to be sending an email out to all of our training club members, and I'm going to put the link here. Oh gosh, I can't find it. I'm going to put the link in the discussion here. But if you want to sign up if you're in the training club and you want to sign up and be part of our beta and provide feedback to us, you have to have an iPhone because we're launching an iPhone first. We would love that, and we are hard at work trying to make all of our programs accessible. And the way this ties in is that one of the things I've thought about is pulling in data about runs, whether it's running groups or pulling in information about races that are coming up, so you guys can sign up and find races in your area, etc. We want to make this as a full-featured running app, right? Strava and Runkeeper do a great job from the tracking perspective. We are more of a community training, focus, and so we want the app to really service that. And any part of your training that is, any part of your running life that is part of your training and part of your community, we want to be a part of. So Melissa says the lemon miso dressing. I've been waiting to try that in that book. Run Fast, Eat Slow. I've been waiting to try that. I have all the stuff and have not done it. Yes, Kelly Olson, there's a great miso butter salmon recipe in the Eat Slow, Run Fast cookbook. I had that last night, actually. It's amazing. Jessica, the Marin Ultra Challenge is in March. Guys, I'll tell you one other thing that we're going to do. I don't know if we're going to shoot any footage while we're doing it, but the entire Run Experience team is going to be together in a house in Marin toward the end of March. So we are flying in, Jessica and Edward and Jen and Jeff and Amy, and we're bringing the whole team out, and everybody's going to be here. We'll probably go a little quiet online for that weekend from Thursday to Sunday, but we're super excited because we're going to get everybody there, just do some good runs, eat some good food, and hang out. So maybe we'll do a quick, maybe for that Thursday, we'll see what the timing is like. We'll do a quick live show so we can get everybody on the same calendar. Rick says, So, Melissa Gallen says a TRE meetup race, SF Marathon, half 7:28. We haven't decided what our home race is going to be this year. It could be the SF Half. We did it last year. But, we haven't quite figured it out. We're thinking about going to London, and then we'll definitely be at Boston. We'll definitely be at Chicago. We'll definitely be at New York. All right, guys, it is getting to be that time, so I'm gonna. God, Nate left me here. I got two computers. I don't know what to do here. So I'm gonna do our drawing from last week. Let's see. Competitions. All right, we're doing a drawing of our injury prevention series. Last week we talked to Sanjay Rawal about the 3100 Club, which is kind of amazing. Was kind of an amazing movie that he put out, and we have 3 of these, I believe, that we're giving away. Yeah. Okay. It is so lonely when Nate's not here, I have to say. I mean, it's hard to. I need one of you guys to jump online. All right, yay, do London. Hey, is anybody else doing London? I kind of really want to go, but you really are a married business couple. I know. London is in the end of April, and so I definitely want to go. We're gonna see whether Nate wants to go as well. All right, I'm gonna do the drawing for last week. The injury prevention series. All right, we got a whole mix of people here. All right, the injury prevention series winners are Parth Modi from Ann Arbor, Michigan. We have Petrus Stepan from Latvia and Lucas Ashe from Plymouth, California. All you guys are winners in the injury prevention series. You get free lifetime access to that. I just went through the entire program, put it onto our mobile app, and we just refreshed the entire thing last year, and we even have more stuff that we're going to be putting up there. So that is, I think, probably the biggest, like, for the investment of time and for the length of the program, which is not long, biggest bang for your buck that we can actually put out there. I mean, it's the stuff that most of you guys, if you're not doing it, it's kind of stuff that, we uniquely have put out into the running world. So definitely dig in there. If you're part of the training club, you have access to that for as long as you're part of the training club, so you can find it there. Other than that, Edward says, okay, yeah. Edward and Tanae are talking about Boston, and congratulations to the winners. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been a really weird morning. I'm really glad I can see Nate out there with the guy fixing his car. So thankfully, his car is going to be fine, and they found the stuff. And thankfully, Aaron and Nora and Nate are okay. It's not like not a safety thing. Nobody hurt themselves. So we're grateful for that. But thank you so much for signing on. I'm going to throw on the outro, and we will see you again next week. I'm actually not going to be here. Fun fact we didn't even talk about, because there's been so much other stuff going on. I was supposed to be on a flight this morning and had to cancel it, and I'm staying in town for another couple days, and then I will be in Puerto Rico at the Running USA conference next week, talking to all the races and all the companies in the running industry that are going to be out there. And then I'm flying from there to Panama, spend some days at the beach for a couple days, and then I'll be back here next Sunday. So next Thursday, I think Nate has a guest coming on, but I won't be here, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you on the flip side. Here we go.